Good day, ladies and gentlemen. This is Sarah van Grennen, aka Mr. VG, and we are neck deep into financial mathematics. Now, in this specific video, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to look at timelines. And timelines specifically meaning the changing of interest rates. Okay? So, in other words, you invest money for a certain number of years, and then halfway through or somewhere, the bank comes and says, no, we're changing our interest rate. That is what we're going to look at in this specific video. So let's do an example, and I want you to try this example yourself. Before you actually let me do it, you do it yourself. So if I invest 4,000 Rand for 6 years, I'm going to first of all draw up my timeline. I have the 4,000 Rand at the beginning. Then after 4 years, or for the first 4 years, the interest rate is 8% per annum compounded quarterly. So that those 4 years, I know I'm going to make quarters as well. Okay, so that is going to be 16 quarters. Then I'm going to look at my change of interest rate, which is 10% per annum compounded daily. Now, I'm not going to change the 6 into days because the interest will not run for the whole 6 years. So what I'm rather going to do is that for the first little piece, from 0 to 4, n is going to be 16 because there'll be 16 quarters. For the second piece, between 4 years and 6 years, my number of months or number of days is going to be 2 times by 365, which is 730 days. But then how am I going to calculate this value? I'm going to start by taking that 4,000 Rand and getting its value after 4 years. Remember, n is 16 because there's going to be 16 quarters in the first 4 years. Then, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to jump to that second session where the n is going to be 730. So I'm going to take that first value we've got here, and I'm just going to add more interest to it. So I'm just going to grow it at 10% per annum compounded daily for 730 days. That's 2 years. Now, before we go too far, please understand that one of the assumptions we make when working per day is that there's no leap years because life then becomes difficult, okay? So please don't make it complicated, Don't make it, but what if? No, just keep it simple. And this we're going to put in our calculator and get a final value of 6,706 Rand and 71 cents. So let me challenge you. You go and do this sum yourself. Where do I start with a sum like this? I hope that you're guessing my answer. We need a timeline. So when drawing up my timeline, I have now 3 different dates on there, okay? You will see I folded in already. So at the beginning, there's 9,000 Rand. For the first 4 years, okay, that's going to be 6% per annum compounded monthly. Okay, so again, that 4 I'm going to change into months. Then after the 4 years, between the 4 and the 7, the interest rate is going to be 7.2% per annum, compounded semi-annually. Let me just copy this over to a new page. So first of all, let's start with the 9,000 Rand. The 9,000 Rand is going to have 6% per annum, compounded monthly, for how many months? Now that's where you've got to think. It is going to earn interest for a whole 48 months. Then that interest rate changes and it becomes 1 plus 7.2% over 2 for how many half years or semi-years? For 3 of them. So that's going to be 6 half years in a 3-year period. So I'm going to put that 6 into my equation. What does this mean? This means that the value of the 9,000 Rand on its own would be that which is written on there. But I don't just want that. I also need to look at the withdrawal of that 4,000 Rand. But that 4,000 Rand is going to run at which interest rate? Is it going to run at this 0.6%? Or 0.606. Oh my goodness, my tongue is tying here. Is it going to run at 6% compounded monthly? No, it's not. So I'm not going to put that in. But it is going to run at the 7.2% compounded day or compounded semi-annually. So I'm going to put that in. But now the question is, for how many half years? For 4 of them, because it's a 2-year period between 5 and 7. So in other words, 4 half years. And all I'm going to do is get out that best friend of mine, my calculator, and I'm going to punch this in and get an answer of 9,529 Rand and 62 cents. Wow, that is awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this video. I love this. In our next video, which is going to be a bit of a longer video, we are going to look at the application of timelines to sinking funds. So tune in to our next video. This is Mr. VG signing out. Keep well. Cheers.